Welcome back, everyone. I am your host, Pat, and this
I am Mike.
Is Mike.
I am Mike.
And today we have a very special episode. We are going to be talking about Attack on Titan.
Very sad episode.
Very sad episode. All right, so go get your cups of spinal fluid ready because we're going to get comfy. So, final season, and we've seen Attack on Titan go through so many changes.
So many.
Like, not just the storyline, but heck, the studio. Like, all of season 4 is by Mappa now, as opposed to Wit that did the first 3.
Yeah. The amount, like, we did an episode about this before. We do have a previous episode where we talked about Attack on Titan. Because remember, I watched Attack on Titan, and then you watched Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, we did a little trade-off.
Yeah. Because you were gung-ho about me watching Attack on Titan. So eventually we did. And yeah, spoiler alert, season 1, 2, first half season 3, okay. Second half season 3,
my God.
Oh yeah, season 4, fucking nut.
Get it, boy.
Jesus.
That being said, one of my biggest disappointments about this finale, and I never read the manga, so I had no idea what to expect coming into this. Levi survives. I was so mad when he survived.
Yeah, I mean, like, all right, to be fair, how dedicated and diehard the Attack on Titan fan base is, because, like, I can't say that I'm a part of it, right? Because I was, like,
you came in like late,
so late, right? I am not staking a claim to any of this. I know there's people out there that are hurting a lot more than I am because they literally suffered the 10 years of, like, emotional attachment to these characters. But I feel like if you killed Levi, Isayama would be dead.
No, but
like,
he could have done it in such a good way. So, like, I thought he was gonna die when, like, he, like, collapsed against the rock and he started seeing, like, everyone else as the ghosts, and he's just, like, slowly, like, raised his hand. And
to be fair, that would have been the perfect way to let him go.
Exactly, and that's what I thought. I was like, this is the only way you can write this character off.
He did
without anyone being upset about it.
He did what he said he was gonna do, and that was kill Zeke.
Be a badass.
Yeah. And that would have been like, that would have been great. He was by him. You know, now that you're saying it, there was no one around him. He was by himself. He saw his crew. That would have been a perfect time. Like Hanji, however you say her name.
The doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how you find out that she died.
Yeah.
She wakes up in the footprint and she looks and she sees all of her people and she's like, oh.
That death got me.
Yeah.
That is the only reason that I actually liked the previous, I guess, part 19 of 20, or whatever it was. Just her death alone made me more connected to that episode than anything in this 100%. Final episode.
She is a fantastically perfect, awesome character, and it's sad that she had to go before the...
Yeah, it really is.
Because here's the thing. We got to get into it by getting into it, and that is her death and everyone's death had to happen.
Everyone's death had a purpose.
Yeah, that is the big reveal in the finale for Attack on Titan, is that sadly, Hanji, she had to die. Erwin had to die. Every single character that you loved and you wanted to be in the series that died, and what's her name? Sasha?
Sasha, yeah.
She had to die.
Right.
That was all of Aaron's plan. Mm-hmm. This was the best outcome that he saw.
I can't remember if he was talking to Mikasa or Armin.
Yeah.
When he was just, like, broke down in tears and he was like, I had to kill my mom.
He had to kill his mother.
He was like, it was either, what was it, Jean or...
It was Bertholdt.
He was like, it was either Bertholdt or my mother.
He was the Colossal Titan, and he came out, and that's when that Titan showed up.
Yeah.
And he was like, I had to literally tell him to go left to kill my mother because it couldn't kill Bertholdt, because I needed Bertholdt to stay alive for Armin to eventually get the Colossal Titan power. Because if Armin didn't get the Colossal Titan power, Armin wouldn't fight Eren at the end, keeping him distracted so that Levi could shoot the I forget what those things are called, the Thunder Spears.
The Thunder Spears.
To blow his teeth open so Mikasa could come in and do what she did.
Even on a grander scheme.
Yeah.
If Armin didn't get that Titan, he wouldn't have been connected to the rest of the paths.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have been in that desert land.
Yep.
So he wouldn't have seen Bertholdt, which would have convinced Bertholdt to help.
Wouldn't help Zeke to break free, so
Exactly.
Zeke could be nerfed.
So Zeke could then control all the other Titans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It all had to happen. And Isayama, if you knew this from chapter 1, which I'm inclined to believe, because literally chapter 1 is to you 2,000 years in the future.
Yeah, like we need to start getting into all these like deep dives that have been coming out.
My fiance has not watched it, so I'm excited to rewatch it to be like, oh my fucking god, he's masterminded this from chapter 1 or episode 1.
Right. Like obviously now we're seeing everything get tied together, but like, so the big first twist was when you find out that Eren had
seen
like,
everything.
When he was like taking the walk with his brother through his memories, and he like bent in and whispered to his dad, and he's like, "No, you have to do this."
So at the very first episode, when Eren wakes up, he looks at Mikasa and he goes, I forget what the exact wordage is, but he's pretty much commenting on like, you let your hair, like you grew your hair out.
Yeah.
Right? Because the last thing that Eren sees right before he gets beheaded is Mikasa and her short hair. Mm-hmm. So he wakes up, because here's the thing, right? So Eren wakes up crying in chapter 1. That's because he realizes that his plan for Mikasa to enjoy the rest of her life
is not going to happen.
It does happen. He realizes that he sacrifices himself so that Mikasa can have a life. And it's also sad because it means that he has to die. Mm-hmm. So he wakes up crying with that knowledge, because the last thing he saw was Mikasa, and now he's seeing Mikasa again. It's fucked up. What's messed up about the whole series is that you're led to believe that Eren is this guy who just wants freedom. Like, that's all he wants. He wants to be free. And then when you realize at the end of everything, when Armin and Eren are having this conversation in
when they go in for their kiss.
Yeah, when they go in for their kiss. Is that Eren was never allowed to be free.
Right.
He was never allowed to be free. And I don't know, again, Isayama, if you planned this, I swear to God, you are God. And everything that you wrote should be like literally like transcribed into like some kind of
the Book of Titans.
Something, right? So I told this to Dan. I don't know if I told this to you, but Attack on Titan ends on chapter 139, and in numerology, number 140 means freedom.
Oh, that's deep.
Right? Like, if he had that fucking planned, I am like, my mind is...
God, can you imagine if he did have that planned and he got to like chapter 135 and he's like, fuck, how do I wrap this up in 4 chapters?
It makes you wonder how far this guy had everything planned, or was it just like people grasping at straws? They're like, oh, whoa, you know, like, and he's just like, yeah, that's
like,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how much of this was actually planned by this guy, and how much of this was like just like coincidental? You know,
you gotta wonder that. Like, did he make it to like chapter 80 and he was like, shit,
right?
Like, I forgot to do anything with this storyline that I started in like chapter 1. What can I make of that?
Like, how can I? But then, like, there's the whole thing about, like, if you go back and you read certain chapters, you see future Eren in past chapters.
Yeah, you see him like in the background. Well, they even did that in the anime, because like, when he's taking his like dream walk with his brother, they like look in the window and see like younger versions of themselves. Right. And earlier in the series, like, you can see them like staring in the window in the background or something like that, and it's crazy.
It's wild, because if that is true, if this has all been planned from chapter 1, Isayama, this is his first.
Are you about to say he's a god again?
Yeah, he's a god. I'm not going to stop saying that. I said this earlier off mic, and I'm going to say this on mic because I do believe this. I hated Attack on Titan when it first came out, right? I was this is dumb, this is stupid stan, right?
Yeah. Season 1 didn't get me.
It didn't, right? And now I'm about to make one of the biggest claims ever, and I'm literally like, okay, if I get dragged for this, you can at me. It's you like my TikTok at Raptor Jesus Xsols, right? That's also my Twitter handle. Come at me. I don't care. Follow me on find me on Instagram.
Shameless
Load
plugs.
my DMs. I am saying this because I want them. If you do not believe the next words out of my mouth, come at me. I will defend this statement. Isayama is, if not one of the best storytellers in manga history.
Except for Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, okay, he forgot launch, all right?
I will die on this hill.
I will die on this hill. I'm not saying he's the best, right? It's hard to make that statement after such a great finale. And yes, I do believe the finale is great. I hate the finale because of other reasons, but not because it's a bad ending. I hate the finale because of how it made me fucking feel. I'm still sad, you piece of shit. All right?
Dude, the part that I loved the most about the ending, though, was the fucking bird boy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, his Titan was awesome.
Oh, and the fact that everyone's like, oh, that's just plot mechanic. Like, he could just fly all of a sudden. I'm like, there were hundreds of other, like, beast titans.
Right.
That, like, were all, like, there was a dog. There was a giraffe one, for fuck's sake, you know?
Yeah, and there was the weird, like, Bojango or whatever.
There was the dog
The
one.
dog. Yeah, we got to talk about the dog.
We got to talk about that dog.
But what was that weird jackal thing that, like, ate Armin?
I thought that was a giraffe.
Was that a giraffe?
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck it was.
It kind of like a yonkapon or something like that. I don't know what word they were
using.
using.
Wasn't Yonkapong the name of the guy flying the plane?
That's what I thought too, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who that guy is, honestly. He came out of nowhere for the
he came out for
Eren
season 4
thing.
Yeah.
And then
he was part of Zeke's plan of mass sterilization.
Yes, sterilize everyone.
It's hard because, like, if Zeke's plan went through, that meant there would have been no more Titans either way. All the Titans would still have existed.
But I mean, well, who knows? Because
you know what though,
Eren ended up like killing everyone, and
he got rid of the curse.
He got rid of the curse, but then the tree still came up at the end of the credits.
Oh yeah, well, because when you realize it, at the end of the day, the whole story of Attack on Titan is about cycles. It's all about cycles. It's literally just about a constant cycle of death and war and death and war. Like
no matter what we do,
unavoidable. No matter what you do,
humans suck.
This is where it's going to lead. Civilization's going to crash. Someone's going to be like to the point where they're being murdered and ostracized, and they're going to find the tree of power, and that's going to start the Titans all over again. Mm-hmm. That's literally what the whole thing is about. At the end of the day, because the big argument that people make about why the Attack on Titan ending is bad is that it didn't accomplish anything. And it's like, Eren wasn't trying to be a god. He wasn't trying to end all war. Mm-hmm. He wasn't trying to end all everything. He wasn't trying to do any of that shit. Literally, his only goal was so that Armin and Mikasa, Jean, and Connie could all have a long life, which Armin would not have had because he had the Titan curse on him.
Well, that brings up another thing.
Yeah.
The Titans could only live for like
17 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I thought it was like 13.
It's 17.
Is it 17? Yeah. Well, then ignore what I was
going
to say.
I've been deep diving into all the stories.
Because I was going to say, because I thought it was 13, and I was like, in the anime lasted 13 years to mimic like the lifetime of the. But okay, never mind. Fucking, I'm wrong. I'll admit that right now.
it is wild. There's so much to like break down from the series. The fact that, like I said before, Eren didn't want the rumbling to happen. He didn't.
No. Thank God though, because that was a dope ass song.
The rumbling is easily, in my opinion, top 5 greatest anime openings of all time. Hands down. Yeah. Smile Bomb is up there, and Cruel Angel Thesis. It's like Cruel Angel Thesis, Smile Bomb, The Rumbling. Like, boom, right there, baby.
I don't know what any of those other ones are.
Smile Bomb is the opening for Yu Yu Hakusho, and Cruel Angel Thesis is the opening for Neon Genesis Evangelion. That's Smile Bomb.
I do see stuff online where it's like, oh, you're watching Yu Yu Hakusho. Can we skip the opening? It's like, get the fuck out.
Die. Like, not even get the fuck out, just die.
Juju had a good opening.
Juju's
and a good closing of season 1 at least.
Season 1.
Yeah. The second one, I don't know if I'm feeling it yet.
I'm a big fan of the new opening. You are the special. Like, I love that. Like, it's so good. I do like the jutsu.
You do like it?
Yeah,
Okay,
I do like it.
It's all right. I don't know.
It's creepy and it fits the aesthetic of the Shibuya arc. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
It sucks though because like I have to skip it at work because like I'm like,
like I need to save this 2 minutes.
I need to save it. But back to Attack on Titan. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the rumbling starts, and you're to believe that Eren is doing this because he's a dick, right? And you find out that like no, he's actually not. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to actually do this, but he understands that because of this outcome, the Titan curse ends, and Armin and Mikasa can live a long life.
I don't think you can say anyone that killed 80% of the world isn't a dick, though.
The thing is, though, he had no choice.
Did he?
He had no choice.
Did he?
Because, all right, here's the thing. If the rumbling doesn't happen,
yeah,
right? Marley was going to come over and bomb the fuck out of Paradise Island, which meant that everyone would have died. Eren, Armin, and Mikasa. Right?
Yes.
So it's literally a tale of
One city versus the rest of the world.
Literally, it's like it's choosing your loved one versus the entire world. That's a hard decision to make because if you're in a position to like do something that could save your the girl that you love and your best friend, would you do it? Me personally, if it meant that like my fiance would live and Josie would still exist, I would murder everybody. I'm sorry. Sorry, they're my best friends and my future wife. Like, eat a dick, the rest of society.
I think I would get a little power hungry too if I had the ability to just control like skyscraper-sized people.
Yeah, and at the same time, he knows that like the outcome means his death, but it also means his best friend gets to have a long. Because remember, Armin only has 17 years left to live, and Eren only had 4.
Yeah. Well,
so
Armin
he was
probably
dead.
even had less because what was it, like a 4-year time skip or something like that?
4-year time skip.
So
that meant that like Armin at 30 would have been dead. Eren only had 4 years left to live. So what the fuck does it matter if he didn't?
Yeah, he didn't care. He's like, gone. I'm dying anyway.
I'm dying anyways.
Might as well take you all with me.
I might as well make it so that my friends can have a life. Here's my defense of Eren, right? They literally, like, they were praising the death of these island devils that they had no idea were just, like, content with not giving a fuck about the rest of the world.
They didn't even know the rest of the world existed.
They didn't even know the rest of the world existed. Yeah. If they never fucked with them, if Bertholdt, Reiner, and Ymir, and Annie didn't come over, and Zeke come over to fucking fuck with them, they would have been completely fine with just being on that island.
Yeah.
Right?
And honestly, if they weren't constantly sending Titans to them, like... Yeah. They probably could have like grown and made something of themselves.
If they didn't drop the literature about the rest of the world, which would have made Armin interested in going beyond the walls, Eren would have never had an idea about going beyond the walls.
Yeah.
Which meant they would have stayed behind the walls and just been completely fine. Fuck Marley. They caused it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
No. And if you do, come at me.
Plus, fucking Marley had the coolest Titan. And they didn't do shit with it.
No, she got murked in like one episode.
She got murked in one episode. She was by far the coolest Titan.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I don't even remember what it was called.
It was
not the armor Titan, the weapon Titan or whatever.
Oh god, I know their names and it's killing me right now. Yeah, she was cool.
She was dope.
If
you could be any Titan, what would it be?
I wouldn't want to be the Attack Titan because look at what it gives you.
Right,
the Attack Titan literally leads you to a cycle of death.
Yeah, no one wants that.
No one wants that. I'd probably go with that Titan, the one that
the shell one or whatever.
Yeah, the one that can create other things.
That's fair.
Yeah,
yeah. I would want to be like
because she doesn't turn. She just
chompy monkey boy.
Oh, the Jaw Titan.
Yeah, the Jaw Titan. Either that or Big Monkey.
I would not. The Beast Titan.
The Beast Titan.
Yeah,
just walking around, just.
I know which one I wouldn't want to be, and that's saying something because I love her. But the Cart Titan.
The Cart Titan. Yeah.
Peak. She is precious and adorable, and she is, God, I love her. Mm-hmm. The whole moment when she's like transforming back and forth, and she's doing that stumbling run down.
That was dope.
She's so cute.
She was just like, she's like, yeah, I got endurance for days.
Let's
like,
go,
I'm just gonna keep doing this until I can't.
Oh my god.
See, I thought when she got impaled, that was like, I was like, okay, here's where it's gonna start. This is where people start dropping. But
no,
everyone fucking survives.
Everyone survives because again. It was all Eren's plan.
But
which leads to I gotta, because we only got a couple more minutes. I gotta point out a couple more things about why the ending was just so. The rumbling starts, and as soon as it starts, Aaron closes his eyes because he wants to literally close his eyes to the atrocities that he's committing.
Yes.
Because he knows everything that's going to happen. We talked about it earlier. There's a scene where he was walking down the street and he sees the pregnant woman, and he realizes that he kills that pregnant woman later.
Yep. And he just starts crying.
He starts crying because he knows, and like when he's holding the one kid who was saving the money up that had his hand cut off and all that stuff, he's like, I kill you. Like, there's nothing I can do. You're about to die. And it's moments like that because like he knows it's happening. He closes his eyes to it. He literally like shuts his eyes down, and he knows that Mikasa, whatever she does and why she does what she does, ends the Titan's curse. Because that's his death is where his timeline stops, right? So he knows exactly when it's happened, and he only opens his eyes one last time to look upon the girl that he loves. Which, if you go back and watch Attack on Titan, because remember he pretends like he doesn't care about her,
right?
Because he can't be. He can't
get like more attached.
Yeah,
than he already is. Yeah,
because he might not go through with the plan. Every time that you see a scene of Mikasa through Aaron's eyes, she's always drawn 10 times more beautiful than her actual character design looks. Every time. If you look at the scene where he's cutting her head off and it goes through Aaron's eyes, or you see the reflection of Mikasa off of Aaron's eyes, she's way more prettier in those moments because that's why that's how he views the world with her in it.
Yeah, she did kind of get a little
she got prettier in that moment.
Yeah, well, season 1 through 3, she was good looking.
Yeah.
Then when Mappa took over, I was like, they changed the design on her. She's not that good looking anymore.
And the flashback sequence where he's living a life with her, she's way prettier because that's how Aaron views the world with her.
Fair. Something funny too that I realized. It was like episode 1. Aaron's inside the Titan's mouth, and he's like, "I will not die this way."
And then he dies in the Titan's mouth.
4 seasons later, he dies in the Titan's mouth.
Right. Yep. Again.
Yep. Foreshadowing.
The
days.
It's days, man. Isayama, you're a god, man. And one more thing is that the human body's consciousness, or your ability to sense feelings, still exists for 25 seconds after decapitation.
Oh,
so that meant that he felt that kiss.
Aw.
Yep. Which led to Ymir ending the curse. Yeah.
Was that described anywhere in the anime, that like how to end the curse?
No.
Okay.
No. It was he states that what because that's what he says to Armin. He says whatever she does, because he's dead. So when she picks up the head, that's where his ability to see into the future ends. So by her kissing his head, that's what like Ymir saw true love, and she was like, "Oh, what I had with the king wasn't true love. That's true love. So I'm gonna stop existing," and that's what led to her like stopping being obsessed with the past and ends the Titan's curse.
I gotcha.
So he doesn't even know, like he felt the kiss, but he doesn't, like in his mind, his history, he wouldn't know that he got kissed. It's wild. It's so good,
take in, man.
It's a lot to take in. It's why it's so sad. Aaron deserved a happy ending.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He got fucked over so hard. I love Aaron.
Yeah, so did what's his face? The horse guy.
Erwin?
Yeah, he deserved a happy ending.
Oh, Erwin was God, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
and Sasha.
Yeah.
She just wanted taters.
She just wanted taters and not to be dead.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up. It's such a great ending.
Yeah, if we missed anything, guys, leave it in the comments. Let us know.
Comments. Keep talking about it.
This is probably going to be one of those things that ever expands. But
it's going to be constantly.
See you next time.
Yeah.
If you liked this episode and watching this, make sure to check out the episode of UnComfy where me and Mike play a little game associated with Attack on Titan. Yeah. So check it out.